All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruchak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. It's lucky about the lighting. You know, I'm on the road, so you probably won't be able to see me as clear, but, you know, it's not about what I look like. It's about, you know, the words, all right, that I'm speaking, and Lord willing, they be edifying unto the elect. Okay, now, just wanted to do a video or a lesson, okay, dealing with, as you can see in the title, men full of estrogen. And it's funny, you know, the elder Yashwamba mentioned that in one of his videos that he did. All right, and hey, you know, when he mentioned that, I thought about it. I was like, yo, that makes, you know, that makes all the sense in the world, you know, because you have, in order for you to have such a clear, you know, straightforward, you know, how the scriptures are, especially concerning the law, you know, and concerning the how to judge, you know, certain matters. Now you see, and that shows you, okay, who is capable of being the actual true judge, okay, and who is not. When you're a judge, the scriptures tell you you have to judge righteous judgment, okay, but it also tells you that you cannot be a respecter of persons, okay. So when you judge, all right, in order to be a righteous judge, you have to do it according, really according to the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Now, as I can't, you know, pull the scriptures right now, I'll quote them, you know, as I speak. Okay, but dealing with certain topics, okay, dealing with certain topics that will be considered controversial, okay, concerning, and it's funny because majority of it, for the most part, has to do with women. You know, it has to do with women. People have problems with certain, the way, you know, the scriptures are, because they want the scriptures to cater to them, how they feel. I you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to do that. So because I don't want to do that, that means that the scripture doesn't mean what it says. It means how I feel, or how I feel it means. But that's not how it is. All right. This is the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's why the Lord, in the book of Hebrews, through the mouth of Paul, said, finding fault with them. You know, see, the reason we're going to need a new second covenant, all right, a new covenant to make us perfect, it wasn't like Paul said, it wasn't because the old covenant was messed up. It was us. All right. And namely what? Emotions. Okay, emotions. When you and letting your emotions control you is a characteristic of a woman or a female. All right, and that's not to be, you know, harsh or get on anybody, but it's just, that's just the truth. Even women will tell you that, you know, they'll tell you that. That's just them. That's how the Lord designed them. That's why they have estrogen. So when men, all right, start acting like that, that's where you get the term men full of estrogen. Okay, they're acting like women. The Lord said, okay, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, okay, but not bitch made men, but actual men who are able to put their emotions aside and deal, all right, according to the spirit. All right, the spirit is not about emotions. If it was about emotions, Yahweh Shai would not have gone on that cross. Okay, and if it was about emotions, John would not have baptized Yahweh Shai, because when Yahweh Shai came to be baptized of John the Baptist, he told him, no, you should be baptized in me. But what did the Lord tell him? He said, suffer it to be so. Okay, for prophecy's sake. So when you suffer it to be so, that's you putting your emotions aside. When you suffer something, you're putting your emotions aside, and you're suffering it, you know, for the sake of prophecy, for the sake of righteousness. Okay, and that's how you become, all right, a righteous judge. See, the 144,000, okay, are going to be the judges upon the face of the planet Earth, really upon in all existence under Yahweh Shai. All right, the 144,000 are going to be the judges, the governing body. Okay, so if the Lord is really testing you on that level, but on a low level now, with how you teach, what you teach, you know, all these things are included in that. So if you get emotional about certain scriptures, you know, now the new thing is, you know, not new, but was coming up again, you know, dealing with prostitution, you know, dealing with the whole rape doctrine, dealing with women being in their place, dealing, it's just so many different things that people have a problem with. Now, all right, it's different if, you're saying, well, it's not in the scriptures, okay? But then if we show you that it's in the scriptures and you can see it for yourself, but you don't want to accept it, that's because you're of course, we all grew up in this age, and this age has been tainted, all right, with the wine, all right, of the fornication of this wicked Babylon. So of course, certain things might sound new to you. You might be like, oh damn, that's, but when it comes down to it, it's not about us. You know what I'm saying? We don't get to dictate what the Lord meant. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, the Lord said this, but we want it to be like this, so this is how it's going to be. No. Okay? And majority of these matters, we're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not like the elder Yahshua said, nobody's telling you to go do it. We're just saying that if this happened, all right, this is how you will go about it. That's not difficult to understand, because now if there was no law concerning these issues and these matters, these intricate loop, okay, what if it happened this way? If there's no law on what to do if that happens, what is that going to bring? Chaos, So if we're telling you that, look, if this happened, this is how you would go about it, the law on rape is not saying go and grab a woman and rape her. No, nobody's telling you to do that. It's saying, because rape happened in the past, rape happened in the ancient world, rape happens today. So of course, it's a thing that happens. So the law says, well, in the case that it does happen this way, this is what you do. This is how you go about it. Okay? It's no different than if somebody murdered somebody, this is how you would go about it. So just because there's a law saying if somebody murders somebody, this is what you do, does that mean, is that telling you to go and commit murder? No. It's just telling you that in the case this happened, this is how you would judge the matter. Okay? Now, dealing with the whole prostitution thing, bro, nobody's saying go do that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying if you don't want to, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not, oh, well, this brother said he don't want to, so he's going off. It's not about that, man. At the end of the day, we're all men, So, you deal with your own business. Okay? But just because you don't want to do something does not make it a doctrine that it's not supposed to be done at all. I don't like chicken, so it's against the scriptures to eat chicken. What's that about? What's that about? All right? If I don't like chicken, the next brother like, all right, cool, I'm just not gonna eat it. I'm just gonna say, yo, you know what? Nah, that's not for me. I think I'll hold off on that. That's not something I like to do. That's it. Okay? But in the law, if there is somebody that likes to do that, well, guess what? Because see, certain things, all right, the Most High commanded our forefathers to do. He told them, yo, go do this or do that or do this, right? Now, you ever noticed, you may say, well, dealing with a prostitute is going off, okay, but we'll bring out the men of old that did it, and they weren't condemned for it. Okay, now you might say, oh, well, that's, the Most High told them to do that. Well, why would the Most High tell you to go off? Why, did the Most High ever tell somebody to go commit adultery? He told Hosea to go deal with a harlot. But which prophet did the Most High say go sleep with another man's wife? See, that's blatantly going off. And that's something you can be condemned for. So if you notice, the Most High never really told us, he never told us to go commit grievous sin. See, the scriptures say in the book of, I believe it's in Ecclesiasticus, I want to say the 5th chapter in the last verse or so, it says, he hath given no man license to sin. See, the scriptures also say that who hath resisted his will. So we know that whatever the Most High wants you to do, that's what you're going to do. Okay? But there's a case where somebody does something, and then as a result, they do something, and then in the process of doing that thing that they did, they end up going off by doing something else. That doesn't mean that the initial thing they did was going off. It's just they went off after doing that. Perfect example, King Solomon, right? He dealt with women of the other nation. Let's say he dealt with multiple women, right? That doesn't mean, and he dealt with multiple women, and then they eventually caused him to go off. It doesn't mean that you can't deal with multiple women. It's just that when he dealt with multiple women, he went off. What he went off was when his heart went after their gods, and he started building temples and idols to their gods. All right, that's how he went off. It wasn't because he was dealing with multiple women. It was just because when dealing with multiple women, this is what happened. So now what happens if King Solomon dealt with all those women, but he never went off? He never built anything to them. He stayed right in line with the Most High. Would he have been going off? No. So the problem isn't with him dealing with multiple women, is what he did after that. You know, see, there's a reason the Most High commanded us, you know, not to marry, all right, these heathen women, because there was an account, I believe it was with you know, my memory doesn't, you know, I'm just gonna say it as best as I remember it. It was with Israelites dealing with some, I think it was Moabite chicks or so, you know, and they basically, you know, fell in love with them, okay, and just as the Lord commanded, they fell in love with them, and the women were basically sent there to come and, you know, make the men fall in love, and then tell them, well, you know, I can't stay with you if you're not, you know, dealing with me and my God, you know, so if you want us to stay together, you got to deal with me and my God. And that's, the Lord knew that would happen, and that's why he said, don't marry them, because they're going to get you to go after their gods. They're going to draw you away from me. All right. But what happened? Certain men got emotional, you know, instead of just putting your woman in check. Tell her, no, I'm not with it. You know, I'm dealing with you, but you must have lost your damn mind. You thought I'm gonna worship your God. You crazy? You know, Most High will kill me and you. All right. But no, they got emotional, and then they got upset, you know, on some, oh, you know what, Most High he gonna cost me my love. You know, I ain't gonna let the Lord cost me my love. I love this woman, so I'm gonna do what she says. Full of estrogen. Okay, it's simple, man. It's very, very simple. It's not our program. It's not our agenda. We not running the show. Okay, we just doing what the Lord told us to do. You know, if you don't want to do that, then hey, bro, don't do it. You know, don't do it. But like, don't try to hinder the work of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, because then guess what? Now you become an enemy to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and we all know what happens to the Lord's enemies. All right, it never turns out good for them. You know, now in the kingdom, you know, the Lord is gonna make us perfect to where we're gonna you know, we're gonna do everything perfectly. All right, we're not gonna have to double think and second guess, and I feel a type of way about doing this, that, and the third. Because honestly, right now we can't do everything that we would be required to do. All right, because we're still in the flesh. You know, we're doing our best. Okay, we're doing our best to you know, to change, but oh, got you. All right, we're doing our best to change, but you know, ultimately we're gonna need that help. You know, we're gonna need Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai to change our hearts, you know, and make us perfect. All right, because you as you can see, hey, look, the scriptures talk about a rebellious, you know, having a rebellious child, and what you got to do to them. Man, please tell me who's gonna be able to do that. Maybe you got a rebellious daughter, right? She's going off, and the scriptures say, you know, you admonish them, you correct them, they don't listen, they're out of, you know, just completely wilding out. So you gotta take them to the elders, and they gotta stone them. I mean, we in a generation where somebody's girl cheats on them, disrespects them blatantly, and the dude still goes back to her, right? Still goes back to her, begging for her love, right? You telling me a generation like that, you gonna be able to stand there and watch your daughter get put to death? You see, being stoned to death too is not a quick death. You know, you getting a rock hit your head, crack your skull open, hit you in the chest. You know, hit your belly button, kneecaps, shins, elbows, everywhere, and you getting hit, your eyeballs, everything, and you watching that happen to your daughter. You know what I mean? Who's gonna be able to see? Because that's that as Ezra also said, that what the world through age has gotten weaker, and so the inhabitants of the earth have also gotten weaker. We've gotten weaker mentally, we've gotten weaker physically, we've gotten weaker spiritually, and overall, Okay, but now the Lord is doing what? He's strengthening us. See, we got so weak to the point where we were dead. Okay, there was no more life in us. We were dead. And we were literally walking in the congregation of the dead. All right, so the Lord put his spirit back on the earth through certain men. Okay, and through the power of prophecy, he revived us. Okay, so being revived, guess what? Now we're indebted. We're indebted to the Lord. And when you're in debt to somebody, you don't get to make, you know what I'm saying, oh, well, you know, this is what I feel. It's not about what you feel, man. Just put your feelings aside. You know, for certain matters might not be the easiest thing to do, okay? But nobody ever said this truth was going to be easy. You know, this is the Lord's business. If you want to partake in the Lord's business, I mean, there's guidelines, right? If you go apply for a job, they tell you the job requirements. They tell you the do's and the don'ts, right? They tell you, hey, this is what you do at work. And then they tell you this is what you don't do. If you do this, you're going to get fired. If you come late, you're going to get, you know, it's going to go on your record. And however many times you come late, we're going to fire you. So you know the rules to play by if you're going to work at that particular place. You don't go to work and tell your boss, damn, boss, you know what I'm saying? I respect the fact that you have a lateness policy. I just don't like it. It doesn't make me feel right. Sometimes I wake up late and I just feel bad that I'm going to be late. So when I get here, I get scared and I don't like it. So I'm not going to follow it, you know, but I still expect you to keep me here at the job. Because I don't like your rules, I'm just going to break them. However, what I really think is that there should be no lateness policy, you know, just because I feel that way. That's not how life works. Everywhere you go, especially when you're dealing with something that's not yours, even if you are dealing with something that's yours, you're going to have certain rules. You're going to have certain requirements. You're going to have certain obligations for whoever wants to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. Somebody living in your house, there's certain do's and don'ts that you're going to have. So it's the same thing. You living in somebody else's house or you're partaking in somebody else's business, there's do's and don'ts. So, I mean, if we're partaking in the word of the Lord, there's do's and don'ts. We know the do's and we know the don'ts, and our job is to go teach that to the house of Israel. You know? And if you don't agree with a particular part, it doesn't matter. You still have to teach it. You know? And really, if you don't agree with it, then you're not in the same spirit as Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Then it's as simple as that, man. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, but emotions are gonna, you know, emotions. It's not, look, right now, emotions erupt, and then you know what I'm saying, you get into arguments, you get into this, that, and the third. In the time of Jacob's trouble, emotions will get you killed. Your emotion, you let your emotions get out of control and you don't rule your spirit. Maybe the Lord might have it to where somebody got to get judged. You out here want to be Captain Save-A-Hole, and no, I don't feel that. No, she's a girl, she's a woman, you know, and the Lord is about to cast judgment on her. You run up in there like you Superman. I'll take the bullet for you. You're like that song by Bruno Mars, you know, I'll catch a grenade for you, but you won't do the same. That's going to be your fate. You know, Lord might just say, you know what, put judgment on both of them because you got emotional. You know, hey man, if you feel that way, if you feel like you're overly emotional, if you feel like you're full of estrogen, hey, pray that the Most High puts a strong spirit upon you. Okay, because in the times we're about to come in, you're gonna see, all right, just seeing alone, you're gonna see some things that you never thought you'd ever see in your life. You never even pictured to see something as gruesome like that. All right, you wouldn't, if they showed you that in the movie trailer, you would stay away from that movie. All right, but you're gonna see that in real life. Okay, so you know what I'm saying, if you're emotional, you're not gonna be able to handle it, man. The scriptures talk about men's hearts failing them for fear. You know, hey, you gotta understand, you know, you just gotta understand that, you know what, judgment is judgment. What the Lord says is what the Lord says. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stronger than the Most High. I'm not wiser than the Most High. You know, I'm not better than Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The Lord called us a worm. You know, the Lord called us a worm. So if he says, look, man, this is what I want you to do. Hey, Lord, you ain't even got to ask twice. You ain't even got to ask once. Just put it on my spirit and consider it done. You know, one and done. So let's see what, let's get some scriptures, some precepts. percepts, the percepts. You know, you got to get the percepts. And the scriptures say, I believe it's in the book of Psalms, King David said, through thy precepts I gain understanding. Okay. Damn, what's that scripture? It talks about the renewing, be not conformed to this world. All right, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. I want to say it's in the book of Romans, but hopefully I'm right. Let's see, maybe 9. Just give me 1 second while I try to find this. Let's see. But you know what? I can't find it at the moment. If a brother finds it, you could just put it on the comment section. But I did find this here. All right, this is the book of Romans, chapter 8. All right, verse 1, and then I'll jump around through it. It says here, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua Hamashiach, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. You want to know why angels don't get emotional? You want to know why people in the spirit world don't get emotional? You want to know why the Most High is not emotional? It's because they're in the spirit. All right. When you on the earth, when you over here, that's when you get all that extra this, that, and the third. But like it says here, they and emotions are, of the flesh. Brother said Romans 12:2. Let's see. Let's check that out. That's it. Yep. Who put that up? Linda. Yep. Hey. Yep. That's the one. But look, going back to the point that I was saying, they're not emotional because they're in the spirit. So when you in the spirit, yep, the water, brother. When you in the spirit, you're able to put your emotions aside. If you lock into the spirit, you move according to the spirit, man. Hey, I'll give you an example. I believe it was Phinehas, okay, when there was a certain Israelite who went and I believe the story's a little vague in my mind, but he dealt with I think he married a woman of another nation, or he was doing something that was going off. Phinehas went up in there with a spear and thrust him and his wife through. He went up in there and that's it, murked them, both of them, man and woman, straight through. Job done, left. When Moses came down and along with the Levites, they slew certain Israelites that were going off within the camp. You think they got emotional then? When the Lord told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, how emotional you think you would have got? Well, Lord, what you mean? That mean I'm gonna kill him? Isn't that murder? I have to cut him. He's gonna bleed out. That's my son, my only heir. The Israelite, Sarah, the angel. What happened to all that? Abraham wasn't doing any of that. You know why? Because Abraham, like it says here, he wasn't walking after the flesh, but he was walking after the spirit. Okay, and so likewise, we have to walk after the spirit and not after the flesh, because the flesh will, at the end of the day, when you get angry, it's because your flesh is not happy, for the most part. This person, he did me dirty, and I'm holding this big ass grudge against them because in my spirit, in my flesh, I just feel I won't be appeased until I hurt this person back, even if it was an accident. Once again, the flesh, and then the demons capitalize on that. So they jump and they see, okay, yeah, oh, this guy's good. Oh, we got him. They hop on your flesh, and then they amplify whatever negative emotion or thoughts you have, and the next thing you know, you're acting upon it, and then you're going off. All right. So it says here, I'm gonna read it again. Romans 8:1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua. And it tells you in Romans 3 that let the Most High be true and every man a liar. So the word of the Most High says this. What are we supposed to take your word over the scriptures? No, we're not. So it says, which are in Yahushua Hamashiach, who walk not after the spirit, but after the flesh. Okay? Anybody with common sense, just sit down and say, look, because people, they just start throwing out names and start slandering and this, that, and the third. But if you just sit down with a reasonable mind and you say, hold up, all right, what's the situation? What's the controversy? You know, oh well, them guys are pedophiles and they rapists and they this and they that and this, that, and the third. And you say, okay, well, what happened? You know what I'm saying? What did they rape somebody? Did they grab a little girl? Why they not in jail? What's going on? You know? And then they explain, oh well, they said in the Bible it says that you can go and rape a chick. And then we tell you, hold up, when do we say that? Does it say in Deuteronomy that if you see a chick, go up there and grab her and just rape her? It doesn't say. What commandment did the Lord say? You see a fine ass woman, jump up in there and grab her and rape her. He didn't. The Lord, the Lord didn't say that. All right, and we're gonna explain it. We're gonna tell you, look, all we said was, according to the law, if this happened, this is what you do, or this is how you go about it. This is how the matter would be resolved. I mean, they got the same thing here. It's just a different law. They tell you if you do something like that, you get thrown in jail. You know? Whatever the consequence is based on the land you're living in. And according to the scriptures, the law of the scriptures says, if this happens, this is how you go about it. But all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So how do you jump from that, to this, that, and the third? But you know what it is because it's a woman. And we've been taught, according to the standards of this world, that when it's a woman, you can't even breathe on her. You know, she's so delicate like a flower. You breathe on her, she's gonna wither away and just, and then like she's dead. Like you can't even do that. You got to make sure you put her in that little vase. The water's cleaned every day. And what you talking about, bro? You got to read about the ancient world, man. That's not how life was, man. That's not how the Most High created a woman to be an helpmeet to the man. And you know what it is? The world it's just so backwards, man. It's so backwards because people think, because the world has conditioned women to think that being in their rightful place means that they're like, you getting domestically abused and you getting slapped and you're just a slave and hitting you with buckets and shit. That's not what it means. All right. When it says that a woman, all right, is under a man, or a woman is not equal to a man, hey man, when you actually see that in its perfection, women are gonna love it. They're gonna absolutely love it. Okay. But on the flip side, the man got to treat the woman accordingly. So when you see how a couple is really supposed to be in perfect order, you're not gonna have any problems with it. It's just in this society, you're programmed to think that when you hear a woman is not equal to a man, you automatically thinking of some shit in your mind that's making you bug out. The second you hear that, what's that supposed to mean? You know, the spirit of this world has made you want to just fight it. You know. But here it is. You got to really think about it. Your man is taking care of you. He's providing for you. You're protected. You're fed. You know what I'm saying? You kept safe. You know, he's bringing in. At the end of the day, you want to say, I'm an independent woman this, I'm an independent woman that. But you complain about working a 9-hour shift. Damn, man, I got to go to work again. I hate this shit. So, what is it? You don't want to stay home and get taken care of. I'm not no girly girl, man. I want to go and do my own thing. I'm an independent woman. But then you go and you grinding, you busting your ass. I hate this shit. This shit is too much stress for me. I got a baby and 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? All right. And it's on the, hey man, when we get to the kingdom, you'll understand why, it's the way the Lord set it up is perfect. Okay. Literally perfect, because we're going to actually be able to fulfill the way the Lord set it up to be perfect. So we're going to be able to live the actual life of paradise that the Lord set it up to be. And then when you see these laws, or when you see our customs and the way it's supposed to be, you'll truly understand it. You see, right now, we've been indoctrinated with the customs of this world. So going back to our true customs sounds strange. But when we're put in our perfection, you're going to see why the Lord said, all right, do it this way, do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this, don't do that. Because we're going to actually be able to do what the Lord wants us to do perfectly. So you can be like, oh yeah, I would not have wanted it any other way. All right. But you got to put your emotions aside so you can actually envision what the Lord has for us, man. You know? Yeah, so I was going to go to Romans chapter 12, and I'll start at 1. It says, Romans 12:1, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice. So a part of the things you got to sacrifice is how you feel. Hey, sometimes you might hear something, and it might not be the sweetest tune in your ears. I mean, but does that mean that automatically you got to go act upon it? You listen to a video and a brother says something and, oh, you do that? Oh, you eat that? Oh my God. And then you feel as though he's telling you that you have to eat it. Ain't nobody said that. Nobody said that, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Well, I did this or this, that, and the third. Like, I drive a 2009 Honda Accord. Oh, and maybe you might drive a 2015 Honda Accord. Now, does that mean that you got to go trade in your 2015 and get a 2009? Is that why you're getting upset? Because nobody's telling you to do that? No. If what you're doing is fine, and let's say you hear a rebuke video, but it doesn't apply to you, why are you getting upset? What you getting upset about? If it doesn't apply to you, you're good. Bro, you don't need to go change anything, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you're doing. But understand that not everybody is in your position. There's certain people that it does apply to. Certain people that it would benefit them to hear that. If it ain't for you, it's not for you, man. You're not hungry, don't eat. Nobody's trying to force anything down your throat. But that's when, you know what I'm saying, certain men full of estrogen, they get the nigga woman spirit on them, and then they gotta jump. You ever notice that she always gotta jump and intervene and everything? It may have absolutely nothing to do with her, but it's just she has to be in the center and make sure she's the loudest and make sure that she clears everything. The man already explained two, when you add these two, you get 4. Oh, no. What he's trying to tell you, sweetheart, hold on 1 second. I'll explain it to you. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. What he's saying is you got 2 apples and another 2 apples here, and when you put them together, you get 4 apples. You got it? All right, that's it. What do you get from that? I mean, he explained it perfectly fine. I understand. But they gotta feel that sense of need. You know what I'm saying? I'm needed. I'm heard. I'm out there. I'm making everybody feel happy about themselves. The Most High never said go make everybody feel happy about themselves. Quite frankly, the Most High doesn't really care how you feel. He cares about what you're doing. Are you doing what's right? People oftentimes like to think of goodness, all right, and righteousness as the same thing. No, what your understanding of good is not what righteousness means. Being righteous means you're righteous, meaning you're according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So guess what? There's certain people who put people to death and it's righteous, but you might not consider it as good. You might be, oh, whoa, that's so wicked, that's so evil, but no, it's righteous. So don't confuse the two, thinking, well, he was kind. He was kind, so he's good. No, you got to be righteous, right? The righteous are going to be saved, not what you think is good. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, at the end of the day, it is not about us, man. Babylon teaches you that it's all about you. It's all about you, girl. It's not about us. And once you understand that, hey, you just play your lot, man. You play your lot. So continuing Romans 12, it says, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High. So your sacrifice has to be acceptable to the Most High. The Most High is not needy to where he's gonna take whatever comes. Come as you are, whatever you got, I'll take it. No. You got to be acceptable to the Lord. If you're not acceptable, he's not accepting you. That's why the Lord said, I have chosen you. You have not chosen me. You don't get up and say, I've done whatever I wanted to do, and now I feel like I'm ready to choose the Lord. Who the hell are you? You're not choosing anybody. All right. So it says, verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, okay, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that is the key part right there. Don't be conformed to this world. A lot of people are conformed to this world, and that's why they're full of estrogen. Okay? Now, estrogen is not a bad thing. is needed for women. But the levels that is needed for women, which is natural, if you have those same levels in a man, then it's not natural. You got to have that testosterone. I'm not saying you got to turn into some wild ass Bane type dude, you know, but you gotta have, some form of discipline. You got to learn how to bite your tongue, how to, hold your peace, how to rule your spirit. Something might rub you the wrong way doesn't mean you turn into a loose cannon and just burst out, and just start saying whatever. No, think, man. Think, because oftentimes when something happens, and I mean, you get so angry, all it takes is just breathing and thinking about it, and you'll start to calm down. Because remember, demons are waiting to capitalize on every single chance they get. And the second they see, oh yeah, that's gonna piss him off, or he's really ticked off now, that's when you're weakest, you know. Nah, you gonna come back. Hold up. There we go. That's when you're weakest, because that's when they can manipulate you the most, because now you're so angry, your flesh is like getting like a power boost, and the demons are waiting for that key moment. And if you just black out and you just act and you just give in to the rage, they got you, man. They got you, and then that's when you have regret, because afterwards you like, damn, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I did that. So you gotta, if you the second before you, before your anger climaxes, just pause and just calm down and just think about it. Because the second, and it's not just with anger, it's with many things, but dealing with anger, because anger can be really serious. The second you get so angry, you just ready to go overboard, because now you're moving based off your feeling. You can't think straight. So that's why it says, be not conformed to this world, because this world is under the vibration of the wicked. All right. It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So you got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. But you need to understand that living in a world of this level, if you're transforming your mind, of course, all the elements of this world are going to come against you. That's like Neo being unplugged from the Matrix. Them robots was after his ass, man. The machines, they was after him like flies on hot shit. The world, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said, ye are not of the world. All right. The world would love its own. If you were of the world will, love you. But we're not of this world. So it's not about being accepted of this world. A lot of people sometimes, you don't want to say something, or you don't want to, mention or speak on something because you feel like the way whoever it is going to look at you. It's not about that, man. It's about what the Lord said, what the Lord commanded us to do. And that's what we do. Okay? Because the Lord had mercy on us. He died for us. He didn't, well, I don't really like Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Thomas, I'm a little iffy about Thomas. So do I still have to go on the cross? Nah. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, who you buddy, who you just, you do what you got to do, man. All right. Let's see. Shalom to those watching. I know brothers was putting up precept on here. Let's see. Da, 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 da. And also understanding that certain things are circumstantial, man. All right. Certain accounts we read of in the scriptures are circumstantial. It wasn't like an everyday thing. But it's written there because it's possible and it can happen. Okay. All right. Valiant soul, Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And when you get, remember, when you get too emotional, there's no telling how bad, it can get. There's no telling how bad it can get, because you're just, like, like you just, nah, I don't like that. Nah, that's not right. That's not okay. Oh, bro, what are you going to do about it? What do you ultimately? All right, so I don't think that's what it means, and I don't like the way that's written, or I don't like the fact that that happened. I mean, what are you gonna do? What can you actually do? Are you gonna rewrite the scriptures? Are you gonna time travel back and go back in time and stop it from happening? Or are you gonna pray to the Most High? What are you gonna do? That's how it happened. That's how the Lord said it. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the problem? Why is your focus? Why are you getting so hurt? I mean, we out here, you know what I'm saying? This devil's about to roll with his chip, you know, poking people with that jab, about to start casting people out of their houses. I know y'all I feel the coldness over here. It's cold as shit. I mean, it's man, you step outside and that wind is like clothes. I don't know what those are. That wind just comes straight for your bones, man. It's cold, So imagine in this weather, and it gets worse, and these devils start coming and casting people out their houses, man. Because that's how bad it's about to get. It's cold. You can't go home, and you're starving. You're hungry. You're thirsty. You're tired. You just beat up. That's the reality that's about to become, or that's about to be for a lot of people. And you worried about, things that are not relevant onto really your salvation. Your mind should be focused ahead, especially with how close we are to the end. You should be in game mode. You should be on some like, yo, that's it. Like, I don't care what it is. I'm not letting it hinder me, especially not when I'm this close, man. Now's the time to step on the gas all the way, man. You got to think about it like this. Let's say you're running a race. Because when you run track, everybody has their lane. But sometimes somebody might bump you or try to cut into your lane as you're running. And they might bump you, and you might almost lose your flow, and fall or something like that. You don't have time to get so angry and emotional that now you stopping and you pissed off. You're gonna lose the race. So they might have hit you, they might have bumped you and kept running, but you gotta you gotta get back on, pick it back up, and just make sure if you wanna see them after the race, cool. You see them after the race and you deal with that. But while you're still running, you gotta get back on pace and stay focused and finish the race. Because the race is not gonna stop because you got bumped and you're mad about it. That's not what's gonna. No, the race is gonna stop when whoever crosses the finish line crosses the finish line. So no matter how you feel about what just happened, remember the ultimate goal that's at hand. All right, remember the ultimate goal that's at hand, which is the kingdom of heaven, where none of this stress and vexation is gonna matter. None of it. Like Paul said, it's gonna be a light affliction. It's not worthy to be compared to the glory that's gonna be revealed in us. So I mean, everything that you stressing about now, completely, like, it's just gonna be completely just like a dream chased away. And then the doors of immortality, the giant gates of heaven are gonna open for your ass, and you good. I mean, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that, man. So it's all about remaining focused, man. Don't get too personal. Don't get too personal with the truth. It's not personal. It's strictly business. It's strictly business, man. We about to work, and you got to do the work. You always got to remember that. Sometimes you may feel a little, getting a little too personal, but always remember it's about the business. It's about the business of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You may get kicked out, and a lot of men take that so personal. I got kicked out, so now my whole ministry, my whole journey stops right there, and now I'm going down a different path, which is the path of being upset, the path of bitterness, the path of cursing out these men who taught me because I got kicked out. You can't lose sight of the overall goal. What did the Lord say? He said, matter of fact, actually, let me get this in the book of 2 Peter, and I always bring this out, but hey, it's very, very key to always go over it. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10, it says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. So you always got to remember that, man. You know, no matter how bitter you may be, you still got a job to do. It's not personal. It's strictly business, you know? And if you're not being an asset to the Lord's business, hey, guess what? Sometimes that's a big ass dog. I mean, the Lord, you you may be in you may the Lord there may not be anything wrong with you, and the Lord might have you suffer wrongfully, but just so he can separate you, and then he can have you start something here so you can flourish even more. All right. But as you know, as the saying goes, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And that's why it tells you in the Apocrypha, it says, make not haste in time of trouble. Because the second you start making haste in the time of trouble, you're gonna do something out of haste that's gonna be detrimental to your salvation. And it's as quick as that. You know, it only takes one thing that you do that the Most High says, that's too much, I'm not gonna forgive you for that. You're done. You know, and then, hey, guess you were never part of the elect, and then you continue your true path of just being a 2/3, and that's not something that you want to play with, man. Okay, so as it says here, 1 Peter 1:10, or 2 Peter 1:10, wherefore the rather, brethren, get diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. And a part of doing that is being able to, to rule your spirit and just do what you got to do, man. If this is what the Lord said, he said, eat the whole roll, sweet and bitter, eat the whole roll and go and teach it. Teach it as it's supposed to be taught, rightly, correctly, not about how you feel about it, but about what it is, what it is. Yo, what happened? I don't like what happened. No. What happened? Tell me what happened. Okay. Let's see. That's right. Virgin Islands, Straight Gate, Job 38:3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. You hear that? You gotta gird up your loins like a man, and tough up, man. Toughen up and just go with it. When the Lord, look, man, when the Lord killed Ezekiel's wife and told him that he can't mourn, what about that? Hey, the Lord asked, man, some of the things the Lord had some of these prophets do, man, it was tough, but they did it. And you look at the condition we in. The Lord isn't telling you to, I'm about to kill your wife and you can't, you know what I'm saying, or I'm about to crucify you on a cross, or I'm about to have them stone you to death and then put your spirit back into you for you to come back to life. The Lord isn't doing that to us. He's saying that, yo, go out there and teach. Go. Is that so hard? Go out there and teach, man. The Lord ain't telling you got to run for you. You know what I'm saying? Jezebel's after your ass, so you got to run and flee and 40 days walking up there in the, nah, man. So, I mean, what's so hard? But you know what? When you can truly visualize salvation, you don't let anything get in your way, man. you don't get bothered. You don't get bothered because, you always remember, yo, we're super close, man. We're literally right at the door of these final prophecies being fulfilled and us getting delivered. What the hell am I stressing about? All right, he said you could do that. He said, you deal with it. All right, cool, bad. That's fine. I mean, I just don't do it. That's it. I don't like dealing with. I don't want to deal with a prostitute. Okay, that's cool. All right, you want to? Yeah, you do your thing. That's it. I'm back. I'm studying. Spirit hits me, I do a video or I do what I got to do. That's it. Because the one thing I wake up thinking about is making it to how can I be of service to the Lord? How can I stay in the Lord's good graces, and continue to do that until the day of Yahushua's return so that I can get up on them chariots? What's the best way? How can I set myself up into the best position for me to get up on the chariot? That's it. If that's your main goal, if you're anchored, all right, and you're solid in trying to gain salvation, trust me, you will not let your emotions get in the way. Absolutely not. That's a light thing. To put yourself in, have that self-discipline for the bigger picture. Hey, man, if you're a true member of the elect, you're going to be able to do it, man. All right, you're going to be able to do it. But for those that are not, that was just their moment for the Lord to manifest and show that ultimately you weren't a part of the elect. All right. Yup, that's right. You just, hey, because, because it's the same spirit. It's the same spirit. Hey, sometimes you'll be at camp going into a certain topic, and then you come home and you watch maybe another camp or another group, and, and I mean, like, you might watch the elders or you might watch certain brothers here and there, and they're talking about the same thing. Literally the same thing. They're going into the same thing you go into. They're going into the same thing. You're like, how the hell, what, dude? You know what I'm saying? But it's because it's the same spirit. It's one spirit. And maybe that's the vibration that the Lord wanted to come out that day. So I'll finish it off with this. This is Fisher turned Hunter, Amos 9:11. Salaki, if I wasn't able to get to all the different precepts, you brothers definitely do a good job, all right, of keeping the fire going, all right. But hey, if I'm not able to read it, hey, those that are on the, watching the video, they, you get it down, because we know these scriptures, So for those that don't know it, if you knew whatever, pay attention too. There's certain scriptures that brothers post, certain scriptures, all right, that add to the lesson, so you can know, okay, this is how you use this scripture, or this is how you do this, this, that, and the third. All right. So this is Fisher turned Hunter, Amos 9:11, 2 Corinthians 4:16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. And as your outward man perishes, guess what? You get more and more numb. So you get, things bother you less and less. You don't get as bothered by things anymore, and you're able to just keep on trucking. Continuing verse 17, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. That's what you got to remember. And I think that's a chariot. That's why I keep looking over there. All right, call lawyer, how about Shem Yahushai? But remember, what we're going through now is a light affliction, all right, in comparison to the glory that's going to be revealed in us, Yep, that's definitely a chariot, So hey, the angels are, what I'm saying, they're watching, they they keeping watch, This is Virgin Island, Straight Gate, Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Easy peasy. Fear the Most High, keep his commandments. What did he say? Oh, that's what the Lord said? We on it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord said? We on it. He said that? Damn. We dead ass gotta do that? I don't know how I feel about that, man. Nah, that's not what he said. You capping. No, that's not. Then the extraness. Nah, man. What the Lord said, that's what you do. All right. Now that individual, just 22 York, can you talk about the elect? I talk about whatever the spirit jumps on me to talk about. Now, if you want to learn about the elect, you can go through the different channels. You could go on the channel and scroll through, and we've done countless videos on the elect. Or you can type it in the search engine, GMS the elect, and you'll find a certain video on it. But when we speak through the spirit. However the Lord matter of fact, I'll get one more precept. However the Lord wants it to come out, that's how it comes out. The scriptures say, force not the course of the river. But if you had a specific question, you could ask that. All right, now this is Matthew chapter 10. Verse 20, it says, for it is not ye that speak, but the spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. So all we doing is, hey, we speaking the words of the Lord. We're like a microphone. We're like a microphone that's being used by an artist. So the Lord is using us to speak his words. You ain't gonna, here it is, you got Drake performing, you ain't gonna, he's singing, I don't know, control the, and you ain't gonna tell the mic, yo, can you know what I'm saying, can you start singing, because it ain't the mic, it's Drake, but hey, nonetheless, that was the point, okay, let's see, that's right, Fisher turned Hunter, Amos 9:11, Psalms 34:7, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Okay, so hey, I just saw a chariot, so call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I'm gonna end it off here. Lord willing, those that tuned in, you were edified, and those that watch the video later on, you be edified, because that's what this work is all about. All right, so, and for for brothers that you know, do videos and do the works. Hey, really for everybody, whatever you can do, all right, that contributes to this truth, you know, whether it's even things that you do in your daily life, if you got to pray more, if you got to fast more, whatever it is, man, you know, increase it, you know, do more, you know, do more to the best of your ability, man, because the time is very, very, very short, and we are literally at the end, man. And if you are able to continue doing what you're supposed to do, it doesn't matter if your house shy comes at midnight tonight, you're gonna be good because you're doing what you got to do. Now, obviously, your house ain't coming at midnight tonight, but that's just a part of the saying. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.